So good morning everyone, at least it is from me. Today we'll be going over the robot version, the robot mode at least, of Soundwave. For that I need to transform him and I still haven't got around to the brake discs yet. Still trying to figure out how to do it. I might even have to cut some off and do a little bit in between. But for now, at least the calipers are there and it looks a little bit better. And I can also just use open disc and just slide it in there and make it look like it's just there. We'll see. It's at the moment it's not important. I just want to go and get ready to do his robot mode. Before we get into that, it is a bit difficult to find proper screenshots of him also because there's no Prime 1 statue or any statue of that matter of Soundwave. So I'm going by a screenshot I made from the movie, and I will be taking a proper look at the movie once in a meanwhile while I'm transforming and I'll be referencing the video I'm playing of the Dark of the Moon at the same time when I'm painting him. So yeah, that should help me get a proper idea of how he should look. But before we can go and paint robot mode, at least we need to transform him. So this might come as a shock, but suddenly Soundwave is in bits and pieces. I'm not really sure how that happened. There's some behind him, there's some in the box, and we've got his body over here. I'm not going to be blaming Bumblebee for anything. But yeah, he's now in little pieces, which is for now how it should be, because there's a lot of detail that needs to be done on him. He's got some weathering, which I don't really like that much because it's just a little bit of a dirt wash. The colors are a little bit too fake. This is all going to be the gunmetal gray I used, which is the base for all my transformers. It's half metallic black, half of gunmetal gray. I'll be doing the silver to use for the vehicle itself, which is the Mr. Hobby silver. I need to do some detailing on the robot itself because this is a little bit too much red. And he's got some silver in there, which I like to replicate. First things first, I'll be starting with some masking tape over the bits that don't need any paint. Here we go. So now it's time to move on to the main event, which is the gunmetal color I basically use for everything as a butt base. This will be the base of everything that's going to be robot colored. So basically his frame and everything that's on it. So yeah, here we go. So with his arms now done, it's time to focus on his torso a little bit. Especially on the parts that are going to get the gunmetal treatment that the rest of his body is getting. I did switch out the brush because this is a little bit more delicate, but the color will still be the same. So there's a lot of things that need to be gunmetal gray in this guy. A lot of robot parts. So there's some little pistons and stuff in there, basically everywhere on this robot mode, which always need to be a little bit chromish. So I'll be using my favorite Molotow chrome again, and I'll be using a sharp piece of wood for that to get in there and properly detail it all. Let's go to the next color. I want to do some details in copper first, because that's not that much on him that is copper. And then I'll do the gold, which is a lot more. And as last, we'll be doing the silver, because we need a lot of details in there. So yeah, as you might have noticed, I did not do the hands yet, and I did not do the head yet, because I'll do those last, because there's more detail in those. So without further ado, I'll go and shake the copper and we're off. So I'll be adding some gloss black to some bits that should be a little bit more plasticky on his body, because he's more of a black grayish kind of robot. So yeah, so I did a little bit of black, and now everything is curing slowly, but I'm not going to give it any time, because at the moment the things I need to be dry are dry, and those are the bits I'm going to do with the gold. Of course, I'll be using the Mr. Hobby. So with that, it's now the time to do the final color, which obviously is the silver I use for the old mode as well. I'll be filling in the details on him, making sure that everything is the color it should be. So I'll be adding the silver here, here. Once these are done, then we can do some battle damage and put them back together again. So he will no longer be Humpty Dumpty. Cue the montage for the silver. So at the moment it's looking a little bit weird for Soundwave. There's a lot of empty paneling going on, which is understandable, because most of the panels that you don't see here are over there, and they're all curing at the moment. So I'll just put him on the side for now, and then we'll put it all back together tomorrow, because there are some little things I still need doing. Of course, there's noggin, as MGO would say. Here we go. There's got to be a lot more gunmetal gray going in there, and a little bit more gold. So I think my editor will edit in some pictures of how the head should look, somewhere on this picture frame thingy. So I'll need to fix this, and of course his hands. I just checked everything I could find, and I noticed that So now we're coming to the final bit of the puzzle, which is Soundwave's head. And it was quite a challenge to find proper references for this one, but I found one. We'll go and give it a little go with paint. I'll start with the base color. Of course, the same gold that we use on the other stages of the vehicle. So here we go, the last color I'll be adding on to the head will be the silver. So here we have Soundwave in his robot mode, put them together, all the details. He still needs some weathering, and I'm going to do some of the I'm going to do his guns, and I'm going to spend some time on Ravage and on Laserbeak. So I'll be putting those in the next video, and I'll also find a way to finish the wheels. So yeah, here he is in this robot mode, almost completely put together, but you can actually get a good look at how it's going to be when everything is done. So thanks for this, and hope you like, subscribe, and comment in the section below, because I would love to hear from you guys. Still, because I don't know if I'm going to do Megatron or Optimus Prime, because that's a tie at the moment in my previous video. So let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.
Soundwave superior.